Good evening. How you doing?
Great. How are you today?
Great. I was curious. I came over and I saw your display, and it looked like something that I was interested in.
Great.
And I'm going to guess and say you're an architect.
Yep. Been for quite a few years, 19 years we've been running our business. Our company name is Helicon Works. We're an architectural collaborative. We have different people who are part of the collaborative. We have a green sourcing person. We have a renewable energy consultant, a landscape architect who specializes in stormwater management issues, a lighting designer who understands energy efficient lighting and that sort of thing. And we're based in Tacoma Park, Maryland, and we work around the world actually. Baja, Mexico, we have
Really?
a project in Spain, but primarily around this region. Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia.
So you're quite busy.
We have lots of great projects. We work a whole spectrum from kitchen remodels. We have our own cabinet shop for all our projects. We also do what's called urban logging, where if a tree comes down in a storm, we can take that and mill it and build with it. So rather than getting wood that comes from wherever, cutting down rainforests, we get all our materials as local as possible. And I built a home for my family in Tacoma Park
And
a few years ago.
You got a few pictures here.
And we bought this little bungalow, the yellow part right here, and added on to the front. We're in the historic district, so everything that's visible from the street needed to be in keeping with the original bungalow, but then on the back, it can be a whole other world up here. And it's built with straw bales and natural plaster and earthen living roofs here and here, and we have solar panels up here. Stormwater management things, there's a retention pond and overflows in the bogs, but then the inside is this kind of magical, beautiful world of materials and the straw bale, the plaster on that, and whole trees and trees from our urban logging operation. We heat with a corn stove, which are corn,
I've seen
grown,
those, yeah.
organically grown. The farmer uses biodiesel fuel to move things around. So you can see the kind of beauty of the bales. This is actually our sleeping porch. With my wife reading our sleeping porch. You can see it up here. It overlooks the pond, so at night we can hear the water flowing in there. So then we work all around the area. This is another little project in Bethesda, kind of something a little more modern. And this house here is in Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains there. The project to the right is the Straw Bale Art Studio for a close friend near Santa Barbara. You can see it's all on the south and east and west. It's not, you want to protect the light for an artist, but then on the north, nice light comes in, soft light for her to paint. This is a home in Baja, Mexico, where it was just straight desert, and we created this little oasis. We're all working with a local brick building tradition. These Boveda roofs, they're called. It's one layer of brick. That's all there is to it. It all works in compression. Little cupolas that help with ventilation. This is a home in Virginia where the client wanted a very traditional looking farmhouse, but highly green in many ways. This is south facing, active solar, and with the solar panels up here, passive solar, sun, a cupola on the top to both create daylighting into the whole house as well as ventilation. And it's all very, very traditional. So our projects all respond to the client and the place. And we've been doing this for years, and it's really a great process. Each client, they come to us with their intentions and their needs, and then there's what the land is about, and we just work to help them explore what's the most appropriate response to their needs and the place.
And business is booming.
Business is good. One of the great things about the economy diminishing is that people are realizing that building smaller is what they need to do, which is what we always advocate. Some people think green building is more expensive than regular construction, but
it can be, though, right?
It can be, but a primary practice is to build smaller. So often clients will come to us thinking they need a 3,000 square foot house or 2,000 square foot addition, and through good design, we can create for the same needs and intentions at 1/3 of the size. So then you're saving all that money that you're not building into a larger house, both upfront construction as well as over lifespan heating and cooling and maintenance, and put that into better energy efficiency, both the envelope, the kind of 6 sides of the house, as well as heating and cooling systems, which then saves you more money. We've done net zero energy houses where they have no upkeep. It's monthly, there's no bills, because they're heating, cooling, providing their electricity for whatever needs they have. at no cost because it's picked up with different renewable systems like solar, hot water, or solar PV or electricity.
Okay. How can people get in touch with you if they would like to have you consult with them about either a new home that they'd like to have built or maybe renovation or an addition?
We have a website, and that's the easiest way. It's full of many different aspects of the work and information. And our company, it's just our company name, www.heliconworks.com.
Okay, great. And you made it here to the Green Festival here in downtown Washington, D.C. at the Convention Center.
Yes.
And you also have a partner here
Yes, I do.
who's working with you at your booth or
He's
your
part of
space
our
today.
collaborative. Yes.
And this gentleman's name is also Bill.
Yes, absolutely.
How you doing,
Off
Bill?
Stage right.
And where are you based out of?
I'm actually based in this area, but I wear two hats. I do construction management part-time with Bill and his firm.
So you guys.
And then I do sales of environmental building materials for a company called Nature Neutral. And we got to the point in green building where we can basically supply everything from foundation up to the roof. Really been amazing array of products available now, and pretty much can do everything green these days, and it's a really exciting time for green building. So.
And people are very open-minded to your ideas based on your track record.
Absolutely. I mean, green is the new buzzword, and people are really committed, to making a change and changing the future.
So between the two of you, you're sort of a design-build consortium.
Exactly. We have a collaborative, sort of collective model, and we're just trying to serve everybody as best we can.
Okay, well, what's been the reaction? I mean, we see lots of people seem to be interested in this idea of green building.
Absolutely.
So you can tap into just about any residential marketplace.
Absolutely. I mean, and there are different folks at different levels of interest, and you bring them along in different ways. You really got to just meet the client where they are and serve them the best you can, because you're making home, you're making place for somebody, and that's the most important thing.
Where do you go for your business mostly? I mean, people hear about you, but do you target certain areas or?
Not really. I mean, we just want to serve everybody as best we can. So we really don't have any specific targeted areas. I mean, there are some places that folks are already kind of on board a little bit more, maybe than other places. But we'll go everywhere. We'll do whatever we need to do. So.
Sounds like a business that's capable of great expansion, especially now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's interesting. In some ways, the obviously the economy is down, but in some ways, the green economy, which is the thing that will ultimately save us if we really think about it. For too long, I think we thought of environmental issues as negatives or detriments or things we had to suffer through, but really it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to change our entire economic model in a way that's really going to save our economy and this country.
Well, necessity, as they say.
It's exactly the mother of invention. Right.
So it's probably going to be good for all of us, not only to think about saving our money, but also to think about how we can reuse materials, and I'm sure that's something you talk a lot about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge part of our work. We do a lot of what they call urban logging, trees that are falling down or needing to be taken down for power lines or whatever. We try to reuse that. When we're going into a house, we do what they call deconstruction instead of demolition. So we carefully take parts of the house apart so that the materials can either be donated or reused later on. They're actually reused in the same project sometimes. And so it's just a way to reduce waste, absolutely, and also a way to save a lot of money.
Okay. Well, if Bill has a project, then more than likely you'll be teaming with him.
Yeah.
But if someone wants to contact you about just the construction side.
The construction side, I primarily just work with Helicon Works for that. And so you can contact Bill or go through the website, heliconworks.com. On the Nature Neutral, on the green building supply side, our website is natureneutral.com.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad to have met you as well.
Absolutely.
And hopefully this will turn out to be a great space for you. At least today is the last day, I believe, of this festival. So, and you're in a good spot. Lots of people around here. So
Once the there are big speakers talking, and the masses are in there. And once they come out, they start rushing down here, and it is a great event. So.
Okay. Well, I assume you'll be here next year.
We've been here for the last few years. So I'm sure we'll be here next year.
It's worked out well.
Absolutely.
Thanks for speaking with me, Bill.
Absolutely.
Okay. See you later.
Yeah.
And thank you again, because this has really been useful information to so many people in this area or beyond who are interested in finding out how they can reuse certain materials, and particularly people I think that live by themselves or own their homes and are not in a complex where they're controlled by, specific design edicts, right? Yeah. So, but you can also apply some of these concepts to large-scale residential homes.
It could be. The scale doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same way of thinking about the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's really what we're talking about. Is trying to think in a more holistic way about what the work is, and then that applies to an apartment, or a new home anywhere, any size,
or even an office building. Even though you don't really get into that, but it could apply somehow.
Certainly anything, anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for speaking with us.
Sure, our pleasure.
See you again.
Yeah.